And welcome to The Factor Uncensored. Tonight, of course, it's a good night when we can get Bevan and Lewis Hunter out, our most outspoken guests. Well, kicking off The Factor, it's an age-old formula. Some women, if you know or have access to a pro athlete, seduce them. Athletes get pregnant and you have at least 18 years of baller child support payments coming your way, or even marry them. But it's all about the dollar, bottom line. A model on Instagram has reportedly been exposed for this. Screenshots of her alleged DMs said she planned to get a baby by a high-profile basketball player. She says it would be baby number 3. Joining us to talk about it, commentator Lewis Hunter, Bevan Biggers, the principal of B&B Hospitality, and former NFL player LaMarcus Newman. LaMarcus, let's begin with you.
Oh, man.
You have been a target all your damn life. So, were you concerned about this as a young player before you became happily married?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
What was it like out there?
You know, you just have women just chasing after you, finding ways to get into the hotel rooms, even in college. I think personally it's worse in college, just to be honest. But you have women just, just trying to find an opportunity to use an athlete to be able to have a successful life.
Right. Live off the dollar.
Yes, indeed.
And so what was the most extreme thing you have seen, you have experienced, or you have heard?
The most... something that I heard was when a man, after he finished having his relations with the young lady, he throws away his condom, and then a young woman goes into the restroom and actually picks the condom up and then try to, put it in herself.
Like a turkey baster.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at Bevan's face. Bevan, you've had enough already, and we haven't really started. Are you surprised by this? Because this has been going on for decades.
No, I mean, men are trying to trap celebrity women with money, too. It's going both ways now, so no. I just suggest men to get vasectomies, but I guess they're just still not considering that. That's an easy fix.
Is that going too far, though, Bevan?
No.
Well, I'm going to bring Lewis in on this so he can handle this.
Well, I think what you're dealing with, I mean, in this age, I'm going to use an old term. These are new age digital hookers is what they are. And what has happened over the years, we're talking about, and if I'm not mistaken, I did some looking online, and there's a lot of older Instagram models that are getting these younger players who just got into the league. And there's no retirement plan and getting stepped on for 10 years straight on the ground. They had one lady, I forget her name, but she said that she had slept with, 30 people, 10, 12 athletes, some actors, that sort of thing, some rappers. But yeah, they get stepped on for 10, 15 years, and as they get older, this is their retirement plan. There's no pension in the hooking that they're doing online. So,
and what you see in many of these celebrity pro athlete circles are some of the same women who sleep with some of the same athletes.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, what do we have with Jordan's son right now?
Here's the thing,
Michael Jordan's son?
I'll tell you, like what happened with Deshaun Watson. A lot of people kind of bashed on Deshaun Watson. We're talking about a 25-year-old kid worth $500 million. I know guys driving forklifts, that are trying to knock down everything moving. This kid has 500 is worth $500 million, and it's 25. Of course he's chasing tail. That's what he's doing. That's nature. That's what they do. That's what most young men would do. But, women, in today's society, women don't suffer the same consequences in the end that men do. And societies are changing.
Men set it up that way,
now.
So, I mean, that's on you. Patriarchy.
No, if you look at the average woman can literally have sex with a bum, get pregnant, have a child, and get every benefit known to man, whether or not it's housing, medical, job training, job placement. She can get everything. If a man knowingly sleeps with a bum and she happens to get pregnant, He's looking at child support for the rest of his life. He's looking at getting his license taken, both drivers and professional. He's looking at losing everything that he has. If a woman wants to get an abortion, she can do it without the man's consent. She can drop it off at the fire station. She can give it up for adoption. She has so many options. Men don't have that option.
We don't have abortion options right now. That's just obsolete because men feel like they have. Yeah, they feel like they have a lot of
we outside, catch a flight. You know, if you want to, if you want to do that. You know.
Yeah, Ocho Cinco was just bragging today about sleeping with 12 women in a day. Can I really feel bad for these men? Not really. They like to sleep with women. They don't protect themselves. Like I said, you can easily get a vasectomy. If you're really afraid of your millions being taken from you and not protecting yourself, why wouldn't you go the extra measure?
I agree. I mean, I can't.
If you're depending on somebody you're not even married to, you're going out here having unprotected sex or whatever with random women that you don't know. You don't even know their last name. It's hard for me to feel bad.
What happens, Bevan, if this woman, like we're talking about, this social media influencer, Instagram model, misleads someone like, I love you, I want to be with you, but that ulterior motive is totally to get money?
I mean, that's effed up, because I can't say the word. I think ethically it is wrong. I think that having a kid for bread is wrong. However, I don't feel like a lot of athletes or people are taking the right steps to protect themselves. So it's hard for me to feel bad for you when you know that you have avenues to take care of yourself.
Do you think that, hold on, I got a quick question for you. Do you think that it's okay? Because it is a lot of women that's going after men like that.
Yeah, a lot of men lie and say, oh, I love you, baby, just to get in my pants.
I mean, that is their motivation, but men historically, since the dawn of civilization, have been trying to get in a woman's pants. So let's not act like that's a newfound thing. You know, but
so it's okay.
But what has changed?
It's okay when y'all do it. It's fine when we do it.
No, I'm not saying that it's fine when men do it or women do it. But what I'm saying is that has always been the norm.
And I just seen my good brother Slim Thug just said that he has slept with a lot of married women. You know.
Is he getting dragged for it online?
I don't know. You know, I'm just saying.
We'll
it's not even a story. It's not even a story.
We'll continue this conversation here on The Factor on. I ain't got nothing to do over here.
I don't know.
But that's the best way. We'll be back with more Factor Uncensored with our panelists in just a moment. Back to The Factor Uncensored. We're continuing our conversation about the women who lock athletes down for life after dumping and grinding to make a baby. It's part of a plot to get a big payday for some. Our guests are back here on this Factor Uncensored to continue the discussion. You guys would not stop in the break. I'm like, save it for TV. Save it for TV. And so, what's the responsibility of men when it comes to getting into these situations, being a former pro athlete?
I think one of the responsibilities for men is just basically, what I would say is basically some advice for men to do your research when you get with these women. Make sure you ask those certain questions. And like, you know, they have Instagram out here now. They got social media. Get these women's social medias and just scroll through their pages. You have to do your research before getting with these women, before you lay it down with these women. That's the best advice I can give to the young brothers out there.
And if they slip up and end up with a child, what do you say to them? That's on you?
Oh, man.
Louis, let's give that to you.
I mean, you know, yeah, there's a lot of... these athletes, they are responsible in the end for what happens. You know, if you're a professional athlete and you're stacking these chicks up like cut wood and kicking them down and stacking them back up, then that's what you're doing, and you take the risk of something like this happening. Yeah. The motivation of these women, we know what this is. You know, and it's almost become normalized. You know, and it's sad because there's no such thing as the virtue of women any longer in the same context as it once was. You know, femme purity died years ago. You know, the stock on P fell. P is a penny stock at this point. You know, and we all know this. You know, it was trading at blue chip status.
Can't be a penny stock.
It is a penny stock. I mean, it's trading very low right now. And that's the reality of what we live in. You know, and so men have to be
contained. So we're going to let her come in. Your thoughts on this?
I'm on birth control because I don't want children. So I think that is very simple. Y'all are making it bigger than what it really is. You're saying that women are trapping, so there's solutions to it.
Well, in this case, Bevan,
these women are trapping.
You can't get trapped if you have a vasectomy.
She said she's tramping.
Yes.
That's the topic
and
of
y'all
this.
make it so easy that they can do that. It's really simple.
Well, yeah, look, men.
If a
women
man wants
used
to try to trap me, they can't.
Men
'Cause
used
I'm on birth
to.
control.
Men used to respond. Women
But it's
respond
still
to
that
attention.
percent.
Used to. It's
Birth
old- that's old
control
news.
is 99%, so it's
That's
not
old
100%.
news. Have you ever been on it?
No.
Been on what?
So that answers the question there. Okay. Bevan has no babies. I have 2 dogs. So
Do
it's
you ever
working
want
well.
any kids?
When I do, I'll just get off birth control. You see how that works?
Okay.
Just reverse
Yeah,
it.
that's assuming that it's not dried up by then. You know? I mean, you know,
And I think I'll be okay.
That's a huge
I think I
assumption,
actually will
right?
be okay.
You know, and if that's what you want to do, that's fine. You know, we all kind of make our own decisions in
Yes.
life. But what I'm saying is that this chick on Instagram, and most women that are on Instagram showing the crack of their ass, there's a motivation behind it.
Were you ever married?
These
Were
are
you ever married?
18 years. Do we
And
want
you-
to talk
and
any further?
Did you cheat on her?
No, I didn't actually.
Okay, one show you did say that you cheated on your wife.
No. See,
So the
you're known for
sanctity
making things
and
up.
yeah.
You're known
for it.
You're known for making things up.
Give me an example.
What I'm talking about on this segment is the fact that this Instagram model is admitting that
Yeah.
she is doing this to get a baby,
And it
to
represents
trap an
all
athlete.
women, 'cause you
And no
keep
one ever
saying
said
women.
that.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't say that this represents all
and
women.
pennies.
What I said that is if you're an Instagram model and you're showing the crack of your ass every time, taking 150 selfies, you know, you're the most unaccomplished woman on earth.
And-
And that's
Like,
all you're doing.
You feel like she
But they-
advertising.
but-
The motivation, that's what you're advertising.
Yeah,
you can't
And then-
show.
so what you're
can't
saying
show what
is-
you're
One at a
showing.
time, guys. One at a time.
So what you're saying is athletes are not smart.
Well, they weren't rogue scholars. I mean, let's
Oh,
be
no,
clear.
no, you
I
can't
mean,
say that. You
I'm
can't
not
say that.
saying that they're not
You can't say
they're
that.
not smart, but men, whether smart,
So whose fault is it?
whether not intellectual or not, pursue sex. That's what men do.
So whose fault
That's what-
is it for getting a woman pregnant then?
Whose fault?
Yes.
Men don't have children. Women give birth.
All right, we're going to have to end this now.